Over the years, it's changed. Right now, you have all these fad diets. You have the Atkins diet, the Zone diet, the South Beach diet, this diet, that diet. The truth of the matter is, no single diet is going to work for you. My diet will not work for you, per se. A version of my diet will work for you. I've been the head personal trainer for Gold's Gym in Virginia for a long time. I've had my own ESPN show. I've had, like I've said before, 21 years of practical knowledge from books to bring me to this point. When I first got started into bodybuilding really hard and heavy, it was the days when they thought eating 30 baked potatoes was good for you. We all know that carbohydrates can actually make you fatter than fat can. Carbohydrate is a tough store in your system. It will gain fat quickly. Back then we didn't know that. Back then they thought eating big giant meals fewer times a day was better. Now we know that eating smaller meals spread out throughout the day is better. What I've always done for the past few years is my protein levels need to be higher than that of a normal person. My carbohydrates levels need to be lower. I'm very carbohydrate sensitive, meaning that if I have what a normal person would normally eat for carbohydrates, I will get actually fat off of. My body utilizes fat better for energy sources. So my fat intake's a little higher, my carbohydrates a little lower, my protein is very high. I'll have on a normal day 2 grams per pound of body weight of protein. For somebody trying to maintain a body weight, usually 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight is what you want to maintain. To add a little bit of muscle weight to your body, you want to go up to 2. No more than that. Depending on your metabolism is going to depend on what type of carbohydrate or fat calorie intake you're going to have. It really depends on the individual. If I had to pick one of the diets that I think is the best overall diet, it's the Zone diet, I believe, because it's everything in moderation. It's the key to life. Everything in moderation. If you're going to have cake and cookies, then that's great, but don't have it every day. Now, one thing I have done, and I've done this for 15 years, is something I call the cheat day diet. I eat perfect 6 days a week. 6 days a week, I mean, we're talking no sauces, no salts, nothing bad, nothing. My breakfast is 8 egg whites, chicken breast, a bowl of oatmeal, and some water. 2.5 hours later, I'll have a protein shake. 2.5 hours after that, I'll have, depending on when I'm training throughout the day, because the meal before I train, I'll have a yam or a little bit of rice to give me the energy I need to power me through the workout. And I'll have some protein right after my workout. I need simple carbohydrates, so I might have something like, if I'm going to have fruit, which I don't normally have, something that will get into the system quick, because the first thing that's burned up when you're training is your glycogen, your sugar stores. So if you're going to have something that's sweeter, like the fruits or a fruit juice or something like that, you have it right after you train to replenish that. And I have a good protein meal, being 2 chicken breasts, around 60 grams of protein. But what I'm saying is that all my meals 6 days a week are perfect, impeccable. On that 7th day, I'll have cookies, pie, cake, ice cream, pizza, whatever I've been craving all week long. Now, anybody can do this. I understand that it's hard for somebody to look at a diet and go, man, I can't eat bad for 6 months. I can't do it. And that's why they fall off the wagon. Throughout the week, we all get cravings. So what I do is I have a poster on the back of my door. And I love my favorite things in the world, 3 things. Homemade chocolate chip cookies, which my recipe will take any of you on. I promise. Pizza from Mama's Pizza in Culver City. Oh, if you have that chance to try Mama's, it's the best. And ice cream. Preferably Charlie Timmel ice cream from Santa Monica Promenade. Oh, beats anybody. It's awesome. And these aren't product placements, people. These are the best. But what happens, all kidding aside, if you crave a Snickers bar, write down Snickers bar. If you crave Twix, write down Twix. Chocolate chip cookies, pizza, whatever it is, write it on your list. On the 7th day, what you do is you look at that list and you go, I deserve this. You take 4 hours. 4. Not 6, not 5, not 2, 4. And you gorge on that food. Now what happens is, because you've eaten perfectly clean all week, your metabolism's running really, really smooth. So you put this sugar and these carbohydrates and this junk food in your system. It does 2 things. 1, mentally, you've eaten this stuff on your list. And you eat it to a point where you're almost sick to your stomach. You don't even want to think about chocolate after this cheat day. But the second thing it does, and the most important thing it does, is it spikes your metabolism through the roof. Your metabolism's been burning like this all week. So what happens is you introduce this junk food, your metabolism skyrockets. Your heart starts beating fast, you start sweating, you basically look like a crack addict. Your pupils are dilated, but what happens is you're sitting there and you burn it off. your metabolism doesn't know what to do with it. So it's trying to get rid of it really quick out of your system. So a lot of it goes to waste, and you actually metabolize more than your body was able to accept. Meaning, you actually burn more calories than your body took in. The next day, you look incredible if you're in shape. The next day, your veins are sticking out, you're huge, you're full. And what happens is the day after that, you might feel a little bit flat, you might feel a little bit lethargic, you might be holding a little bit of water. But it is not fat. It is not fat. It is impossible to get fat off this one meal. And it is impossible to get fat off this cheat day diet. But where people go wrong is they think, well, that doesn't make sense. One Snickers bar is the same as 100 Snickers bar? Yes, just if you do it that way. If you eat a Snickers bar every night before bed, though, it throws the whole thing off. You cannot do that diet if you cheat at all in the rest of the week.